I am in a feel-good mood today, and I hope you are all as well, too. Episode number 5 already, the Tasty Twist podcast with Sammy B. I am Sammy Blanchett. We are here at Okemo Valley TV. Thank you to Rebecca and Peter and Patrick, our producers today, as always. And I'm going to read this morning. There's a couple things I have to read, obviously, for everybody. First, before we do that, let us rub the Buddha's belly right here. Before we introduce Paden right over here. There are multiple ways that you could follow the Tasty Twist podcast here, which is a podcast featuring local Vermont musicians where we get to interview about their careers, life, interests, hobbies, and a little bit of everything. I don't know. It's a mix, a twist, as you may say. So the ways that you can watch this and subscribe, you can watch at okemovalley.tv, locally on TV, Comcast Channel 1076 or VTEL, Channel 166. On demand at okemovalley.tv, Okemo Valley TV's YouTube channel, and it's free on smartphones or smart TVs, Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, etc., smartphones, Androids, on all those Google Play Android stations where you download apps and everything. And you can follow me, Sammy Blanchett, Facebook, Sammy B Live Music, Instagram at Blanchett Sammy, TikTok at Sammy Blanchett 1. I am also on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and iTunes with 15 originals I've recorded over the years. Follow me for all the latest on videos, tunes, via my website, sammybmusic.com. Today, we have a lovely gentleman who's slightly older than me, not that that matters, but he is a full-time resident here in Vermont, born and raised in Andover, Vermont. He is a lefty guitar player, which is always really cool. Singer-songwriter, he's been performing for many years, and he's also an amazing chef and entrepreneur at the Pizza Stone VT in Chester, Vermont, where he whips up some amazing pizzas. And I do mean amazing pizzas. I know that's a controversial subject sometimes for people from my neck of the woods, Fairfield County, New Haven County, Connecticut, for pizza. But it is darn good pizza. You can follow him on his Facebook page, Paden Full Music, Instagram page at Paden Full Music VT. And for bookings, because he does book himself out quite a bit, like I do as well too, Paden Full Music 420 at gmail.com. And this is my good friend, Paden Kalinen. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Sam.
Well, we've had a nice introduction, just a lot of laughter before this and everything. So
we did.
Where do you want to begin? Life in Vermont? When did you pick up the guitar? All that good stuff.
Yeah. So, I've been born and raised in Andover, Vermont. I've been there my whole life. I live in the same house I grew up in. Me and my brother own the house. And I picked up the guitar back when I was 16, but probably like late 16 though, because I was thinking about playing guitar and stuff. I was listening to a lot of classic rock music with my stepdad because I worked with him on his farm. And
I'm going to fire on all cylinders. Who was your favorite classic rock band growing up?
Oh, it's ACDC. If anyone knows me growing up, you all are on here. Yeah.
You have been thunderstruck. Right away. You were You were thunderstruck right away.
Oh, I was.
Into instrumentation. So, yeah.
Well, the thing is, though, like I heard ACDC growing up, but I never knew it was them. Like,
who did you think it was?
I don't know. I didn't really pay attention. You know,
it's a John Mayer song, by the way. Who did you think I was?
Yeah,
See,
John Mayer's version of Shook Me All Night Long.
There's a twist right there already. Right, yeah. Oh, jeez.
Making the Gravity, but then it's like Shook Me All Night Long.
Bob Dylan says, knocking me out with those American thighs.
Highway to Hell.
Yeah. Look at your eyes exploded right there. By the way, we didn't do a shout out yet.
That's right.
For the eatery at Vermont Bliss in Ludlow, Cruffins, triple chocolate chunk cruffin and Boston cream. What? Oh man, that's so good. Thank you, John and Michelle. You guys rock.
That's really good.
So, anyways, 16 ACDC. That right? Yeah.
Sorry. Got stuff on my face.
We wish you guys could enjoy the Cruffins with us.
I know. Watching us eat.
That's all right. Sorry, you were saying?
So, I was hanging out with my stepdad. We were farming, mowing his parents' yard, the whole 9 yards, all summer long. And all I listened to was AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, God, who else? The Who.
Allman Brothers, Grateful Dead, all
Those
that
guys,
mixed bag.
those guys didn't come in until later on.
Oh.
And stuff. No, I was like,
Well, they already existed, but coming into your brain.
yeah, pretty much. Like, I remember.
That's what matters here is your needs. Your needs,
My
man.
needs.
Yeah,
I don't care about this crap.
Your needs, man. Sorry.
So so anyways, so like I remember my birthday, I got a guitar from my stepdad, and it was a nylon string.
Yeah.
The freaking strings were like this far from like the fretboard. It was just so high up. I had to really press down and stuff to play. And
Talk about a workout for your hands right away.
Oh, it was. I still. Funny thing is, I still have the guitar, and I'll bust it out, just play it. I'll be like, "Holy crap, dude! How'd you play this thing?"
Is the neck warped and shaped like a U?
I don't know. I should really check on it. Actually,
that's why the strings are like so high up.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me if there's broken strings at it when I open it.
Yeah.
I never restrung that thing ever.
Ever?
Because it didn't have the round balls like on normal strings.
Sure.
You had to tie it. You had to do like this weird tying knot thing to it. And I'm just like, yep, I don't like this. And then...
Is that like a 1930s philosophy? Like probably, yeah.
Might be.
Probably,
I don't know. It was. He got it from one of his parents. His parents had a bunch of had guitars lying around because his old man was learning guitar at the time. And so he grabbed one of them.
When I was a kid, we had blood, sweat, and tears making these things. You kids have it so easy.
I know, with the click on, like the Floyd Rose click-on strings, you know.
That's cool. Did you take lessons?
Yes, I took lessons. I met my guitar teacher at my stepdad's house. He came by and
also big classic rock fan.
Yep.
I'm sure.
Well, yeah. So how this started, and this is right when I was like really starting to think about playing guitar, is that he showed up and I bought it was like a anniversary of ACDC that has interviews with Bon Scott on it, and I was just like, I gotta have this. I bought it. I still keep it in the plastic wrap. Keep it
vinyl.
Huh? No, this is a magazine.
Oh, magazine.
This was a magazine and stuff. It had interviews and all that stuff with it, and I bought it at Ghoul's Market, R.I.P. Ghoul's Market. Freaking.
Where was that place?
It was in Chester, right by the elementary school. Now it's an antique store now.
Okay.
And everything.
Yeah. Okay.
And
cool.
So I got it, and I read that thing so many times. I freaking like pages are bent and everything, but I still keep it in its plastic wrap and everything still.
Did you ever do the thing where you take a highlighter to remember key notes? Remember when we were growing up in school?
Yeah.
I found, besides reading a chapter all the way straight through, you're not going to retain all that information, especially at that age.
No.
Highlighting always helps. So were you just like, Angus Young said this, Bob Scott
I
said
would
that.
do,
yeah.
I would do that actually, but I would.
He said that.
I would use a pencil though, so then I could erase it later and just be like, there.
In case you happen to go anti-ACDC and sell it on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh
now,
my
that's
God,
what
I should.
does for everything now?
Oh my God, I should now.
Imagine how much money you would make that now. Yeah.
So when I got the magazine, I was reading it. He showed up. I'm reading it. He saw me reading it, and he goes like, "Oh, you a big fan? Oh, you're getting into the band?" He's like, "Yeah, I think they're really cool." And he's like, "Yeah, that's pretty cool." And he's telling me he's a guitar player, and he's got, he tells me about his music life, how he played in front of 35,000 people. No, 3,500 people. My bad on that. And it was at Vermont Reggae Fest.
It eventually turned into 35,000 people. Probably in another time.
It probably did later on.
No big deal. I've played in front of that man. No.
And he told me, he played in front of these many people at Vermont Reggae Fest back in 1998. I want to say it was.
Cool.
And he told me this, and then he told me about all these roadie gigs that he did, roadieing for tribute bands. He got to do security, and I think he roadied and did security for Blue Oyster Cult. I could be wrong, but I'm not 100% on that. And then
So did you also get to see bands like Blue Oyster Cult and ACDC live?
I saw ACDC live in 2008 on the Black Ice tour.
They still touring nowadays?
Yep.
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah.
But I saw them back still when Malcolm was in the band and everything.
Okay.
No one had, he wasn't losing his mind yet, and it was.
That's okay. We all lose our mind eventually.
I didn't, and thing is though, I didn't care where I sat. I don't think I blinked the whole time. Like,
that hurts, by the way.
I know.
Blinking.
That happened.
I'm actually trying that right now, and I'm like, I feel like the watering. Yeah, now
gotta blink.
Did you ever watch the show Cash Cab with Ben Bailey?
Yes.
There was one episode one time. Rebecca, I don't know if you've watched Cash Cab at all. Also, too, it's a tremendous show, and I love his comedy, by the way, Ben Bailey, where he talks like, "My name is Ben Bailey. Get it right now." But anyways, there was one contestant, I think they got like 5 in a row, and I just remember one of them was answering the questions, and they were like the whole time, 5. It's 5. Yeah, and blinking like crazy. And even Ben Bailey's looking like back like, it's a lot of blinking. Are you okay? That is correct. You're moving on to the next round. Continue. I'm sorry. You may continue.
So, where
were we, by the way?
We were at where I met my guitar teacher.
Okay, yeah. Still?
Yep, still
right. Okay.
Oh, dude, I could go. Oh, dude, this is gonna be a 2-hour podcast.
Yeah,
okay,
probably.
So get ready, everyone.
No. Sorry, you guys have to deal with this in 2 hours. By the way, shout out to our special guests so far in the 5 episodes: Paden, Ali T, Zach Yukaitis, Max Casano, and Mr. Jim Yeager. Shout out to all of them. I'm not a numbers cruncher, by the way, but I'm looking at my smartphone right now. So far in the 2 episodes released with Ali T and Zach, the Ali T episode is up to 231 views, and the Zach Yak one is 109 views via Okemo Valley TVs. Again, please feel free to subscribe Okemo Valley TV on their app or the YouTube channel. All of the ways. So, anyways, continue, my good man.
Yeah. So then, we were talking, and he's like, "Do you really want to play guitar?" I'm like, "Yeah, I really do." And he's like, "You know what?"
Were you serious at the time?
Oh yeah, I was.
That?
Yeah, I was so dead serious.
It's like that Seinfeld episode. Now, you just saying you want to have fun, or do you really want to have fun?
I really want to have fun.
And George is like, I'm just saying I want to have fun.
I'm just saying I want to have fun.
I'm just saying I want to have fun. Yeah.
That's why I like Kramer. Do we really want to have fun?
Who wants to have some fun?
And so
you really wanted to play guitar?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right when I heard I heard ACDC so much, like I was like, I want to be this guy. I want to be this guy. I want this fun. I want this. I have that energy. Everyone always says I was very energetic, and I still am.
Right.
A little bit dumbed down now because I'm a little bit older now. And everything.
I was about to say, in 2024, do they want you to have that energy?
I know.
Yeah.
I don't. Well, I freaking try.
In the pizza stone, they probably do, right? Because it is a kitchen, and that's a sacred
I have that
right there.
When I'm in the kitchen, there's me being my normal self, and then when I'm start being like hardcore cooking and everything, I'm a different person. It's just like, let me get this done. Don't get in my way.
How's that been, by the way, working in the restaurant industry in general, especially having the command that you do in the kitchen at Pizza Stone?
Well, actually, I will say this: working at Pizza Stone has been probably my best job.
Shout out to Darlene and company, by the way.
Hope you're happy, Darlene. I said that. But no, I've worked at other places. The Playhouse in Weston, the Inn at Weston. I've worked at Curz's Barbecue Pit in Chester, Christopher's back when it was here in Ludlow.
Yeah, Ado Brew now. Shout out to them also too. Yep. Shout out to all these businesses.
I know,
by the way.
right?
Thank you, Paden.
Yeah, absolutely. There's more. I worked at Magic Mountain for 3 years.
Nice.
I worked at JJ Hapgood.
Nice.
And then then Pizza Stone came along, and it's been there's nights it's like.
Yeah.
And then there's
it wouldn't be a typical restaurant if it wasn't that the case.
I really want to set cameras up in our kitchen because there's some funny things that we do. Like that's what I remember one night. And actually 2 nights, okay. So one night it was
3, 4.
Oh, there's 5. A lot of nights, but these 2 were the best ones. So one night we had a busy night. It was just nuts, and it was stressful. We were, everyone was fighting and everything. We were, we all said sorry later on.
Fistcuffs or just
words?
Words.
No, just words. Like get your crap together.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
be like John Taffer in Bar Rescue. You had this sit in here for weeks, and you sold it to your clientele. Yeah.
And so, oh God, I lost my train of thought. Working.
That's the goal of the podcast, by the way. Yeah. You're actually, no, we're all good at that, but especially led by me. But you're pretty darn good at this so far.
I know. Usually I get sidetracked really bad.
That's
with
all right.
my
There's
ADD.
a squirrel over there somewhere. Okay. Cameras, kitchen, 2 nights.
Yeah.
2 nights.
So one night it was just busy. I get home and I just get home. I take my backpack down. Turn the TV on. I sit down. I go. I did that, and then but I didn't really cry.
While watching an episode,
I started laughing.
While watching an episode of South Park.
Actually, Actually, probably South Park, or actually I started watching Hell's Kitchen after that. You know what? You know, but then
Do you have a go-to show like when you're winding down after a gig or night of cooking?
Yeah,
For people, not yourself at home, but for people. When you're on the clock, when you're the man.
I always like my go-to show. I'm trying to think, because it varies. It varies to
Sure.
what I'm watching. Because lately I've been, we're getting older now. We grew up in the '90s.
Yeah.
So all the '90s TV shows that we grew up watching, I've been like
Animated,
watching so many.
animated
of them.
or non-animated, by the
Both.
way. You know, both. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll watch my old cartoons I used to watch. You know, Angry Beavers, Doug, Hey Arnold, Cat Dog. I'll watch all that stuff.
I was actually just going to mention Hey Arnold. So we
never gets
were
old.
talking about jazz and classical music in the warm up beforehand. The jazz song in Hey Arnold opening up. Oh, that's money.
Oh yeah,
That's money.
Hey Arnold and I think Doug had really interesting background music.
Banging on a trash can,
Dude, that's my
drumming
jam.
on a street light.
You know how bad I wanted, like when I was in a band and I really wanted to do Killer Tofu.
Ayo.
Yeah, I wanted to do
Killer
that so
Tofu.
bad, and then I wanted to do what else was it?
We'll eventually get back
I
to your
need
bio.
more allowance.
We're eventually going to get back to your biography, by the
No.
way. I swear. We're going to eventually get back. You know what I watched the other day? So my girlfriend put a reel on Instagram, and it was one of those watch it in full, you click it, because it's 30 seconds max most of the time on the Instagram reels. The Are You Afraid of the Dark introduction.
Oh my god. I always had to leave the room for a
As I
little
told
bit.
you, I turn 35 next week. I still get goosebumps when it goes to the kids going, and then the clown and the fan and then
me,
the
the-
match.
it's the
Forget it.
boat.
I'm done. Goosebumps.
Seriously, the boat.
Goosebumps,
and then
by the
you hear
way, great
kids,
show.
Laughing and all that.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. I know we get so
Yeah,
sidetracked.
No,
on
I
my
love
biography
it.
here.
So when did you have your first paid show? When you started doing this, like to make money or even volunteer?
My first show.
Yeah. When did you start playing in front
of people, like in front of at a bar, or are we talking about at a party?
Any.
Okay.
So mine was when I was 13 at an open mic in Connecticut.
Nice.
It was an old cafe called Mario's Cafe. I was 13 years old. And yeah, it was just in front of my mom and dad's parents. My dad was the bass player in the band. It was really
nice.
cool. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I include that. The first time you actually performed with people or solo, I would assume with people, because if you're doing it at a young age, not just I don't know.
Yeah.
Every cat's different.
I
but-
jammed with before I even jammed with my friends who I jam with now and everything. I went to the tech center in Springfield, and my teacher at the time, we were having a farewell party and stuff, and her boyfriend had a band, and she told them that I played guitar, and they're like, hey, if you want to jump in, you can play with them. I'm like, okay, fine. And
was it acoustic or electric?
I played
your first gig.
Yeah, funny thing is,
Are you always a lefty, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah, always. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. And then funny thing is, I wanted my electric because I had one, but I forgot to grab it, so I had to tell my mom to go grab my guitar, and she didn't know which one I wanted.
The dog ate my homework.
Pretty
sorry,
much.
we have to go back and get the guitar.
Well, my mom went to go get my guitar, and she grabbed my acoustic, and I was just like, I don't care. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't want people to hear me at all right now.
But they have to.
I know.
That's the thing.
But the thing is, though, I
Paden,
sat there.
It's called turn the volume.
There was no. It was just a regular acoustic, though, no electric.
Yeah. Or unclick the chromatic tuner now. Do it. Yeah. Anyways, so how many people were there?
It was just probably 30.
That's cool.
Maybe 30 people, 25.
Hey, for age 16, 17, or 18, that's a pretty good crowd
Yeah,
to start.
classmates are there, their parents and some of the teachers. And
What was the first song you ever played?
I on guitar legitly.
Yeah, in front of people.
Oh, in front of people at a gig. They came up with a list. They had "Whole Lot of Love," "Bastille Day" by Rush. I didn't play that with them. I played "Whole Lot of Love" though. I played "Whole Lot of Love," and what else did I play? I can't remember. There was another song I played, but I played "Whole Lot of Love" the whole time because I knew I was just learning my power chords and everything. So I was like, okay, I can play this.
Yeah.
So I played "Whole Lot of Love" with them, and that was fun. And then the legit first song I learned on the guitar was
Like start to finish, parts.
Yep. Well, yeah. when my guitar teacher came by on my birthday, he brought me a guitar, but I told him I already got one. He's like, oh, okay. So he's like, well, good. Then I can play this one then. And you want me to teach you something? I'm like, sure. He's like, what do you want to learn? And for some reason I go, can you teach me Pinball Wizard? He's like, okay. Yeah, that was trying to do that A chord.
Hold on. Yeah, let's get let's see. It's like I think they can hear us. Oh wait, no, actually hold on. I think it's a sus4. Hold on. And then that comes in the B. Wow.
Oh, nice. I thought it was just
I don't know the lyrics, but I'll make them up as I go. Ba 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 ba. La 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 la.
Yeah.
I don't really know it's how to play pinball, but I know they give me the title. Shaw plays me.
Yeah. Our own versions.
Yeah. We got it. Yeah.
But no, he taught me that. I just remember.
Thank you. We'll be here all week.
Right?
Okay, so yeah.
So yeah, he showed me how to do this chord, and I'm just like on that nylon string guitar too.
Right.
He's like, strum it. I'm like, And
funny thing. You know how to do the harmonics on the 12 and the One of my favorite parts is at solo acoustic shows nowadays. I'm in the middle of like a looping jam, and I just flub the harmonics. Like it's such joy when you get it perfectly.
Oh yeah.
And when you get it like, darn! Oh, and then you show your cards and emotion to the people, and they're just sitting there eating food and drinking. Like, what's wrong with this?
Yeah,
guy?
I know.
Why did he give us that look? It's not you personally, people. I didn't do it.
Right. I'll be soloing. I'll hit a wrong note, and I'll even do a guitar face. Like,
As you go into Sunshine of Your Love, which is what that sounded like.
Right.
Yeah, cool. All right, segue back into influences. So ACDC.
Yep.
Who was a favorite guitar player of yours that you idolized right away that you're like, I got to learn a lot of that?
Oh, it was just Angus. Like how he was like this little guy just running around all over the stage, spazzing out, and he's still being able to hit all the notes so clean, just being like.
High heel 3/4 length socks, by the way, too. Pretty styling.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why
it's like the basketball players in the NBA with the short shorts, but then you add like the high socks as well too. It's a pretty darn good look.
You ever see that episode of Family Guy where they're like, you look like the guy from ACDC. Wow, yeah. Why does he wear that suit? Because he rocks. And it cuts to him. He's doing like the Chuck Berry walk thing. He's just like, when I wore this, I didn't think I would wear it all the time. I'm very cold.
I have not seen that episode, but South Park and Family Guy, I'm not as knowledgeable on, but whenever I do pop across to some episodes, I just laugh. I saw a reel the other day. What was the one where Lois and Peter are out golfing and go, hey, Peter, you notice that they put like a watering hole over here? Yes, I know they put a watering hole right over here. Well, why do they put it there? If you're not supposed to hit the golf ball there, it's because it's fun. We're having fun.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yes, big time ACDC. So when did you first play with a full band, and where it was not just part-time, but you guys were kind of trying to make a go at it? And
well, I would say it was like my high school band. One night, I was up at Highview where my friends were living at the time. Yep. Actually, where Darlene lived at the time. And
shout out again, Darlene.
Yep.
Yes.
And I got in touch with a couple of friends who I knew who were musicians and everything, but I did my thing. I assumed they didn't want to play anything what I wanted to do or something like that. So, I never bothered them. But then they came up here, and they came up there one night, and they brought their stuff, and I'm like, so, what do you guys know? They're like, I don't know. Like, what do you know?
All of a sudden, you became like the Foo Fighters, a pop-up garage band.
Dude, almost kind of was like that a little bit. But no. Then they were like, Paden, do you know your chords? I'm like, I know a good amount. They're like, okay, you should be able to keep up with us. I'm like, okay.
You should be able to.
We played. What did we play? And this is way different than because I'm used to just playing, AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, and Rush, and like all that other fun stuff.
Did you guys besides what you were about to say for songs, did you write your own music right away, or did you just covers?
Yep.
Yeah.
I just learned covers all the time because I just thought, that's what people wanted. I'm
Right.
like, no one wants to hear my story.
Well, not yet.
Not yet.
But now I would.
I do.
That could be a good segue because you and I are now in our mid-30s, and original music kind of still has to be represented out there because you hustle so much as a solo acoustic musician as well too, and putting your own spin on an AC/DC song or say Marvin Gaye, the Allman Brothers Band, U2, Bob Marley, Red Hot Chili Peppers, all those great bands. People always love hearing that stuff. But there are still a lot of people that are coming out to see the Paden Kalinen band experience. They also want to go, what do you write?
Yeah.
And it's got to be a good feeling when people say that,
Yeah.
right? It's good, I would say.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Before I got off that topic, we were at, I was at open mic night actually last week. And
Where?
I was over in Brattleboro at the marina.
Oh yeah, right on the water.
Yep.
It's a nice spot.
Nice spot.
Do they do full bands or solo acoustic acts there on the regular?
I think they just do solo acts there.
An open mic.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
And right now they're doing open mic night just for right now because the host used to do it over at the River Garden in Brattleboro.
You ever play the Stone Church?
One time.
How cool of a venue is that?
It's very cool. I liked it, even though not a lot of people came out and saw us. I had fun. I got video footage of it still on my hard drive somewhere.
Certainly doesn't feel like your standard place for worshiping unless it's just music related.
Right?
It's wicked cool. The bar is where the confessional is, and then where everybody stands is where they would normally sit for the services. And the acoustics in there are amazing.
Oh yeah.
Incredible.
Very, very incredible.
Sorry, but you may continue. Original music, marina, open mic.
Yeah, I went there and I was just like, what am I gonna play at the podcast? I'm like, I gotta think here. I'm like, well, you do have that one idea. I'm like, well, I don't know. It's just like, come on, dude. I had a couple of drinks in me. I'm like, come on, let's do it. Go big or go home. I'm like, all right, fine.
Isn't it two ideas? Like you mentioned the two dramatic nights in the restaurant industry. Not just one idea. You have two ideas.
Yeah, it's not always one or two. I have a million ideas.
Do you write
sometimes.
down ideas when you write songs?
I write down lines. Like I'll grab my phone and be like, that's a cool line.
Yeah. Because that was one of the things I specifically chatted about with all the previous guests on the Tasty Twist is when an idea comes up, whether it's 3 o'clock in the morning or 7 p.m. at night, it's best if you remember to write it down or record it on your phone. I always use the notepad on my phone.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
But no, I had that happen to me one time. Just actually happened to me twice. I got inspiration, wrote. One line came after another. I got maybe 2 verses, and then that was it. I was like, And then I called my friend Dagan, and I was just like, you want to take a look at this real quick? And he's like, sure.
Yeah.
I sent it to him. He's like, would this work for that? And I'm like, perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always a challenge of confidence I have found over the years, and I've gotten better at it, but depending on the show, depending on the room, when is a good time
to do originals,
to do an original, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've reached the point with performing as long as you have now, where it's just
I finally
screw it. Let me just play them and just
Well, that's what I did.
Well,
that's what I did at the open mic. I was like, you know what? Let's just do it. I usually don't play originals at all. Like I can't. I'm just too scared, or something. I just don't do it.
But then there's also the part of it, like, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
Let's
that's
try
what I
it.
did. Yeah, and that's what I did.
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, what's the worst that can happen? They boo you.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be the first time.
Did you like that meme that I threw up a week or so ago? And I don't know if Rebecca, our producer, saw it at all, but the amount of money you have to throw in the tip jar for the request, Don't Stop Believing.
Yes, I saw that. Post.
that one song that you played while I was in the bathroom, the Freebird, Please Stop. That I lost it when I saw that, where it says all those songs that you just played while we went to the bathroom. Oh, okay. Yeah. So that means you want me to play them again?
I don't repeat.
I have this game, and I don't know if you've done this mentally before or just joke around with people. Mm-hmm. You say to yourself, in a 3-hour show, what part of the night does Freebird come out?
Oh, I want to say probably in the second set.
Yeah, so I've gotten it as early as the second song. Isn't that just weird? Isn't that strange?
Well, what time was it? Do you remember? Do you remember the timeline at all? Was it at 9 o'clock or?
Believe it or not, I think I actually remember the exact setting. It was with my band with King Arthur Jr. Shout out to Artie and Jim Yeager. Shout out to Artie. It was our last show, I believe, as the former version of the Whatnots. So this was 2 years ago. This was at the Wobbly Barn up on Killington Access Road. Shout out Wobbly Barn and Killington Resort.
Nice.
We were playing, I believe it was 6 to 8 o'clock at night, I want to say, or 7 to 9 o'clock at night. Mm-hmm. But still, let's hypothetically say it started at 6 o'clock. I'm pretty sure it started at 6 o'clock and it was a 2-hour show.
Yeah.
Second song in.
Yeah.
So that's some serious day drinking and partying on the mountain by said person who yelled, "Freebird!" And Jim and I specifically looked down in the audience like, really? Already?
I know. Already, dude?
I'm expecting midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID times this should be happening. 6:15 at night? Yeah. And then I'm thinking, tequila? Jack Daniels? Sip of Sunshine Double IPA? Which one?
Right?
I don't know. Anyways, where were we? Oh yeah, originals. So, when you write, are your originals on streaming platforms? Do you have them? No,
I have nothing.
Do you have anything in the? Do you have any plans of going into the studio to record stuff?
I really do. Like, so, back in 2019, things went down with an old band of mine, and I was like, all right, fine, we're done.
Yep.
Game over.
Yep.
And I was just in a world of I was angry, I was upset with myself, and I just wasn't thinking right one night, drinking a lot, and I went to a show, left the show, went off the road, got a DUI, totaled my car, and after that, I really just, because I was going to go do an album. I was going to do all this. I wrote a list of like, all right, I like this chord progression.
Right.
I like this chord progression.
Right.
We could do something with this.
Right.
And then right after when all that happened, I just finally just go, we're done. I remember just putting it down for a while.
Yeah.
And
this was even before.
This is right when the pandemic.
This is right before the pandemic.
This is right when the pandemic started.
Right.
And I was just angry at the world. I was angry at myself. Angry that my bandmates quit and everything, and so
it's okay to be angry every once in a while. We all have those moments. You know? Yeah.
And then so I just didn't do anything for a long time. I didn't I would noodle, but I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm gonna learn Metallica today. I'm gonna learn this song today. I was just like, what's the point at this point? You know, I was just that. And then one day I finally was just like, you know what? Let's get back up. Let's try this again.
Right.
You know, and so like I did write, I come up with more riffs than lyrics most of the time.
Yep.
You know, I'll be like, oh, that's a cool riff. I'll keep that in mind. You know, grab my notepad.
Right.
Remember that chord progression. I'll even record it.
Was there a non-musical moment that made you be like, hey, yeah, I want to get back into this now? Like, was there an inspirational moment that wasn't music related that got you back into, hey, let me get back into this again?
Yeah, actually,
was it a conversation with someone? Was it like a particular record? Was it like listening to?
I was because I was a little iffy about starting another band, and I started a band with Dave Lewis.
Yeah,
and everything.
Shout out Dave Lewis. He's actually the next featured artist.
Oh,
on
he's
Monday.
next. Cool.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Right on. So, we did a thing for a while, you know, me, him, my friend Aaron, you know, I actually played bass for a while, but then we found another bass player, and her name is Erin with an E. So, like, we had Ron and Aaron. So, it was really fun. We had like a lot of fun times together, you know, jamming, playing music and stuff.
Do you like playing the bass guitar?
I don't mind it, but when we're like in the middle of a jam, like I want to solo so bad.
Yeah.
I don't want to like I can solo on the bass, sure.
Yeah.
But I want my guitar, damn it. I want to freaking
go nuts. I was about
nuts.
to say it's a way different role in the band.
Because I also had to sing too, and that was different for me too.
Oh, that's hard. Yeah,
singing and play. Yeah, play Led Zeppelin songs and sing and play the bass.
I played bass in a band in Connecticut for 9 years. I filled in for a year or two, and then it formed into, hey, things are really working out well, and I'm available to give them the time. So I just took on more and more of the role of playing bass. But I tell you, those first couple of years, I can honestly say I played it more like a guitar than an actual bass. But then the more I was doing it, I personally felt I was getting simpler and simpler, but I also love driving on the bass as well too. That's part of like the guitar player mindset in me, but knowing how to do that, like go higher up, but still keeping like the notes simple. I think it's important to be able to learn a little bit of both because a different segue, especially with playing with a band, having a rock solid bass player and drummer is 100% the driving force. And everybody looks at the lead singer and the guitar player. You guys are the stars, but I'll tell you, if you don't have that back line,
if you don't have a good drummer and a bass player,
it changes things quickly in a hurry. Yeah. How are you enjoying the solo acoustic shows these days?
I'm digging it. Like there's some moments that, kind of sucks. It's because like you're driving by yourself, you're like,
yeah. Talk about that a little bit because I find a lot of artists, not just here in Vermont, but just in general, they have different warm-up routines in regards to practicing and also time on the road, whether it's traveling by themselves or with bandmates, listening to podcasts, listening to albums, radio stations, or simply listening to nothing at all. Like, what gets you through most of your gigs when you're preparing?
Like, sometimes I will like practice like doing like a vocal warm up just a little bit. That or I listen to a lot of podcasts. There's like I'll listen to music, but most of the time it's a podcast. I just need to be like I'm gonna play music later. Let's just. Get out of that mindset and just listen to something like I listen to Bill Burr podcast.
Oh, he's awesome.
I listen to
that's the Monday mornings with Bill Burr, right? Yeah.
I don't do the Thursday ones because then it's
if
only
Bill ever finds this, shout out to Bill Burr.
Bill.
You're such an inspiration on so many levels.
I'd be terrified.
Speaking it like it is and just being so real, man.
Yeah, and also too, he's a big ACDC fan too.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He has his own like. They do like a tribute night to ACDC. He plays drums.
He's a Boston guy originally, right? But now lives in LA. But he also spent time in Manhattan also too, I think, right? Yeah. So, yeah. Boy, he worked hard to get up to the top.
Oh yeah,
he worked so hard.
If you go to Paramount Plus, they have Comedy Central Presents the comic. That you can see Bill Burr with hair doing his I think it's a half-hour stand-up and everything. I was like, oh my god, it's just funny to see that and then to now. But
I don't know why I want to say I just want to mention this one Bill Burr skit really quick. I saw the one the other day where he's talking about how he would run McDonald's if he was the CEO of McDonald's. Yes. He goes, what I would do is I would bring that clown back and I'd have the clown point specifically into the camera and look at all the people that want this all this day breakfast or whatever and just go, look, if you can't get your butt down here by 10:30 in the morning, you're getting a burger. yeah. The clown ain't finished.
Nice.
I like that one.
Yeah. That's
Sorry, back to podcasts. Other people. Yeah.
So yeah, I listen to Bill Burr podcast. I listen to Wrestle Talk podcast, which is a bunch of guys in the UK talk about wrestling and stuff.
Yeah.
I like those guys. A friend of mine got me into that. And then what else do I listen to? That and I used to listen to the Mick Foley podcast, but he just finally ended his podcast. I was like, oh, repeats. But yeah, I listen to that. Or
how do you know when a podcast is over? As I say this as a first-time podcaster myself.
How do I know if it's over? Oh, when they
if it stops drawing interest.
Well, that or no, it's just they it's just like, oh, this is the final episode. Goodbye, and be like, no.
Yeah. No, I know. It'd be kind of like no. I'm enjoying this so far.
I'm liking this.
Are you having this? Yeah. Have you ever done a podcast before? Or,
yeah.
And the head too.
Yeah.
The head's bald, so we can rub that too.
But yeah, no, I've done a podcast before. Yeah.
You like the process? It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I like it. No, I dig it. Last time I did one was up in Maine at the Henry Bound Harvest Festival.
Cool.
That was fun.
So, once again, guys, we're talking to Paden Kalinen of Paden Full Music. I think I said that correctly. Mm-hmm. Andover, Vermont resident and also pizza maker and chef entrepreneur at the Pizza Stone VT in Chester, Vermont. In your career, up until this point, have you traveled outside of Vermont for shows?
Oh, yeah.
What's the farthest you've gone? Or name a significant highlight show in your life where you're like, wow.
Oh, man.
Like an amazing wow. Wows have different levels of meanings, but an amazing wow.
I'm trying to think of a good show here right now, because there's, you know, again, there's 2 shows, I think. Actually, 3. There's
The
3
number
shows.
2.
Actually,
Number
3.
2.
Actually, 3.
3.
I got 3. Okay, so
just remember that's an odd number.
When I went to go see
as Squidward says in SpongeBob, that lemon has 3 seeds in it. That's an odd number. So that's an odd number. So just be careful.
Yep.
2 still sounds good.
Yeah.
Or as George Carlin says, 10 sounds efficient. The 10 Commandments. It's a marketing plot. 10 sounds efficient. Sorry, continue.
So, first show was ACDC because I called it how they were going to start the show. Lights went out. Lights are flickering. A giant screen
Fog
came
smoke.
down.
Fog smoke.
Oh yeah, did a cartoon. They're on a train. They're gonna, they're showing them as cartoon
balloons
characters.
flying around everywhere, or
nope.
beach balls. You know, they throw the beach
Nope,
balls on
none of that.
Nope.
Nope. Just lights are flickering right now.
Darn it.
They're showing, they're showing the video and everything. And they show the train coming right through the screen, and then the train pops out of the back of the stage. They run out. Place is going nuts.
Yeah.
There's that. I went to go see a band. Went to go see Thursday. Do you ever listen to Thursday back in the day?
No.
Emo band days? No emo days for you?
Well.
Hawthorne Heights, Fall Out Boy?
Yeah, full Fallout Boy. Yeah.
Okay.
What's the other one? Panic at the Disco.
Yeah, Panic at the Disco.
All American Rejects.
Yep, I saw those
That was
guys.
high school. That was high school, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm not 100% familiar
so
with
we
the
went to
groups,
go.
but, you know.
So we went to go see Thursday play in Worcester, Massachusetts, and saw Billy Talent play. And they got, they're off the stage. And then the next band's coming up. And we don't know what the next band looks like. We've heard their music, but we don't know what they look like.
Right.
We don't know who they are. And then they're setting their stuff up.
Sometimes those end up being the better bands. Nothing,
really was.
Nothing against the headliners, but how many times do you say, wow, the opener, I want to hear more of that. That's all I wanted to hear. Yeah.
Pretty much. And then the band's out there setting their stuff up. We don't know it's them. And we're just like, okay, your stuff's set up. Get off stage, roadies. And they're staying there. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then we start hearing the beginning of the song. I'm like, oh, this is them. And then black light happens, and the singer walks out. He has a white shirt. He's glowing and everything. And they play beginning part of this one song, and I was just like, holy crap. And then right when they finish the verse, they go, "Worst Circus Survive," and then they boom go back into the song and everything. And then up at Higher Ground, seeing Story of the Year. I know what those guys looked like. And we were just waiting for them to come out and everything. And
That's a great venue, by the way.
Oh,
Higher Ground.
I love Higher Ground. I almost got kicked out of there one night.
Oh, no.
So,
know who I saw there years ago? Buckethead.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How was that?
Fried chicken bucket hat. Right.
I'm surprised I'm surprised they had him play.
Yeah. We're talking about the shows you've seen. Shows that you've played. What's been like a major aha moment?
Well, let me finish this one.
Yeah,
real quick.
Yeah.
But so Story of the Year. So Black Light comes on, and I'm just like, okay, they're doing the begin. Now Star Wars music's playing. I'm like, okay. And the drummer comes out. Drummer comes out, and like he's like 6 foot something, and like he stands on the seat, and he's like, "Duh."
6'2".
Oh yeah,
2.
Yeah,
Number 2.
and then and then just goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just gets on just going like this, and then the band just comes out of nowhere. They're coming out of left stage behind the amps, jumping up. Everyone's moshing, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? It was awesome. It was awesome. I was like, what?
As long as no one
going
got
on?
hurt, right? Yeah.
Well,
Maybe
I almost got
some did,
This one girl tried to drag me down. I was like, no,
not today.
I am not getting stomped.
Today, Mayday.
So, okay, now your other question.
Yeah, the like a show that you've played, biggest crowd or just highlight moment.
Biggest crowd highlight moment.
Could be 2 separate topics.
Oh, there will be.
Again, two separate topics.
Playing with the Blind Owl Band at this barn party that we played we're in Holderness, New Hampshire. We played. They showed up during our set, and I went to go ask their mandolin player because he was pretty much like the guy in charge. Yeah. And I was just like, "Hey man, can I sit in with you guys tonight if that's cool?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." I'm like, "Oh really?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." Yeah. I'm like, "Yes." Yeah. Brought my telly with me that night, and I was just like, "This is gonna be fun."
Touch.
And the whole barn
are great guitars,
whole
by the way.
barn is packed. Everyone's having a great time. We're all rocking it out.
Yeah.
There was that, and then when I was in a band called Sugar Supreme and everything, we played at Pizza Stone, and we had a great night. people were dancing.
That room is so much fun to play.
Yeah.
That room is so much fun today. Kudos to you, sound man, also,
Thank
too.
you. Yeah, not an easy job.
But Darlene's doing a great job with that place in Chow Popolo. I'm impressed.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, continue. Yeah, good crowd.
Yeah, good crowd. We just had like a lot of fun. We had a lot of magic. But to your other question, question though, like what band maybe like kind of want me to go back into playing back?
Oh yeah, back to that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I was in Breadbasket with Dave. Yeah, we were called Breadbasket.
I like that.
I thought that was a sweet jam.
Well, who doesn't like bread?
Yeah.
Whether it's gluten free or not.
Well, I thought it'd be a good jam band name, and my stepdad actually came up with it. I was like, I'm gonna do that. And so
what kind of music?
We just played covers.
Nice.
And stuff. Like we would jam, like we would do like these crazy like fish jam kind of stuff,
Nice.
And
you guys ever play at the New American Grill? Shout out to Jack and Max down there in Londonderry.
Nah. I've done the open mic night there.
Cool.
But we only did one gig at Pizza Stone, and that was kind of it and stuff. But that was later on. But it was during the pandemic and everything. I met my friend Aria and Colby, and they wanted to do a band. They wanted to do all this. And I was like, well, let's see what kind of music they play. And she's like, oh, I got originals. And she sent me all these originals. I was like, this is gold.
Yeah.
I'm like, yep, I want to be a part of this. I hit her up and she was it was kind of hard for her to get in touch with me a lot of times on Facebook. Because I'd be like, hey, I want to play.
It's like you're practicing drum beats right now.
I know.
The drum pad. Hey.
And so we finally met at an open mic night. I saw her play, and then we started talking, and I was like, well, you know what? I'll give this a shot. Let's just see what happens. I wasn't getting all gun ho about it. And then when we used to start playing more and more and more, it just kept on making more magic. I was just like, okay, I'm digging this now. I'm getting back into the old feeling here now.
Yeah.
Back to playing music.
That's awesome. Switching gears a little bit. How do you like the Vermont music scene in general? And it's pretty cool how much talent is in the state, right?
There's a lot of talent around here, especially with the solo acts that we're doing. I'm seeing now, like with you, Zach,
yourself,
me, Nick,
Nick, Liz Reedy,
Brianna,
Brianna,
Is she gonna be on here?
She is. Yeah,
good.
She is.
I love her. She's so awesome.
Who do I have next coming up? So I have Dave Lewis next week. I have Nick and Liz next Tuesday.
Oh, double. Two people are gonna be on here?
Yeah. I got a duo. Yeah. So when we get next episode on, I'll try to get like multiple people as well too. Yeah. I've got the group Unqualified.
Oh, nice.
My buddy Jay Osborne's gonna be coming on. I've also got Pat Dodonna. Yeah, just a bunch. And a really good friend of mine from the area, Matt Meserve, who's a killer keyboard player and songwriter. So yes, the future so far and the present of the Tasty Twist is very bright. And as I've mentioned before to folks that have checked out the first couple episodes, and also to you as well too, I'm really hoping that myself and the team here at Okemo Valley TV can give musicians and also business owners and entrepreneurs here in Vermont a platform to continue to let the world know about themselves, their career a little bit more, including Paden. Again, why don't you let folks know again where they can find you and also your shows, upcoming shows.
All right. Well, yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram at Padenful Music. I have some videos on YouTube if you want to check them out. My upcoming shows, I got playing in Whitesfield for their Music in the Square. And then I'm going to be in Massachusetts at the Hedgehog General Store.
What town is that in?
In Amesbury, Massachusetts.
Nice.
And then I'm going to be back in Whitesfield again for the Labor Day weekend at their Extravaganza Festival. And that's pretty much... and then I got Little Mexico.
Right.
September 1st.
Coming up on a Sunday, right?
Yep,
Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day weekend again.
And your shows are fully listed on your website,
Yep.
or do you primarily stick to posting on Facebook?
Yep, I mostly on Facebook and Instagram. I try to make sure everything's up to date. I try to.
Yeah. Here's a nice little question I always ask the artists so far in the episodes. How is it acting as your own agent as well too, with the social media, the posting? It's a never ending job, isn't it?
Yeah. No, there's like nights I'm just like still messaging people. I'm like click.
Remember they were always saying in school, do your homework. Mm-hmm. This is our homework.
Yep.
At home, when you get home from a gig, you're watching TV or have like a sporting event on, I'm doing work on my computer.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
No, like I was like for like, booking is always a bit of a pain because like I'll send them a video, I'll be like, you got anything shorter? And I'll be like, okay. Then I'll go like make a little trailer that's like at least 2 minutes.
And then they go, but longer than 15 seconds.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm like, yeah, I can't do that, bud. You're just gonna you know.
Say that again. Go like Bob Dylan. Anyways, yeah. So, and then, like you mentioned, you have plans to professionally record originals eventually in the future.
I do. Like, I even have like a MIDI keyboard thing with little drum pads on it.
Yeah.
I messed with that back in January. I bought it as a birthday present. I was like, I'll try this out, and it was really fun. You know, I can have any keyboard I want, which is pretty sweet. You know. Yeah. I should really get back on that thing really soon and just mess around with stuff. But most of the time, like,
you do also have that thing called a job at the Pizza Stone too.
Well, that's a hard thing too, because like Zach told me, like, because I talk to him and I always get advice from a bunch of solo people, you know, and Zach, you know, like, and it's hard for me to go out and go, like, if you were playing on a Friday or a Saturday night, you know, I can't, you know, it's kind of hard for me to go out and go see you because I'm working.
Right.
And everything. So, like, most of the time I got to rely on people coming to the Pizza Stone and being like, okay, that's a pretty cool song. I'm going to try that one.
Would you be on board someday? I was chatting with one of the other special guests a couple weeks ago. I think it'd be cool to have like a drum circle or a round table where we have 5 to 10 of us solo acoustic musicians all sitting together, sort of as in we're like a conference, just like comparing notes.
Oh, yeah.
I think that'd be a wicked cool experience.
I'm down for that.
You.
Absolutely.
I think that'd be a blast.
Yeah. No, that'd be cool.
Do you have a favorite food that you like to make outside of pizza or enjoy?
I make hamburger. I love making hamburgers.
Yeah. Bacon cheeseburger?
Yes.
Yeah.
Always.
Oh, yeah.
That.
What kind of fries do you like?
Texas size fries, like the really
the
thick
wedges.
ones.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. How about sweet potato fries?
I can live or give
That's
or take.
21st century, right? Yeah. No, but we like them though. Yeah.
Right?
Awesome. Well, listen. We're definitely going to have you back on for another episode, of course, because this is a blast. Yeah. And again, you guys can find all these episodes via Okemo Valley TV's YouTube channel. You can go on okemovalley.tv. You can download the app on your smartphones or smart TV. And so far, we've got 2 episodes out. The next ones that are going to be coming out are for Jim Yeager, Max Casano, followed by Paden Kalinen. Well, I think I pronounced that correctly. Anyways,
Kalinen.
Almost,
but also, too, I forgot to do this, too. I'm also having a GoFundMe page going on right now.
Yeah, that's right.
All my money is going straight to merchandise. I'm trying to raise $600, and so I can have stickers, pins, maybe some hats and shirts. You know, I need merchandise, and it's just kind of hard for me to take it out of my own pocket because I got bills, taxes, and all that other stuff. So it's kind of hard for me to go do that.
The never-ending battle of being an adult, man.
Right?
Yeah, the never-ending battle.
So if you go to my Facebook page, my GoFundMe page link will be up there and everything. So please check that out.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah. And like I mentioned, we're going to have him back for another episode. And these guys right here, they need to be put to use. What do you say we jam?
Yeah.
Standing up.
I'm down.
With, by the way, shades. Hey, take it away.
right?
A great time. Thanks. Well, guys, what a great time today. We were firing on all cylinders,
Yeah, we
right?
were.
Thank
That
you,
was
Mr.
fun.
Buddha,
Thanks,
for
Buddha.
good luck. Once again, shout out to the Eatery by Vermont Bliss in Ludlow, Vermont. Thank you to the entire team here, Rebecca, Patrick, and Peter at Okemo Valley TV. Episode number 5. We hope you all enjoy. We'll see you next time for the next episode with David Lewis. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for
Bye-bye.
supporting. Peace.